always say that, Mari. Did you know that?
Oh, no, I did not.
Yeah, it's a thing that I only say. Uh,
Only you.
all right, we're live on the podcast broadcast. Got Mari and myself. Yo, Anthony. Let's see, yo to everybody. Yo, Manny. Got my OG streamers in the building. Yo, Andrew. Good to see you. Let's see. Yo, Todd. Yes, showing up late energy. It's very much like day after Super Bowl type deal.
Oh, big time.
Yeah, I mean, you texted me at midnight last
I
night.
did.
So it was a late night for you.
It was.
Yeah, how you feeling?
Tired.
Yeah, that's me too. That's why I gave like half-ass fucking energy all morning long. I had a phone interview with John Morrison
Yeah, that was
of
good.
WWE. Yeah, he was fanboying my name a little bit, and I was still too like not mentally prepared for it. So
You sounded good. You sound knowledgeable.
yes, I
Right.
am. Well, I mean, I kind of show my nerd card a little
Yeah,
bit
you
when
did.
wrestlers call in. I'm like, oh, I remember you from Tough Enough. So, yo, good morning, Courtney. And Courtney, I don't know if you heard this, but I did see your comment about having too many beef vegan faces in the stream with the banner right behind me and the logo, and of course this mug. And so, I'm looking to correct it. I am looking to move the banner behind Mari where that glass window is.
That would be good.
Yeah. Then that's for photographs, stuff like that. But to replace it with a pop-up banner behind me that has my face times 20. So you'll have 24 faces. I don't know what I'm doing to myself. I'm like just trying not to get anybody to watch this, I guess. But so did you do any Super Bowl betting? Did you win any money last night?
We won our money back. We did squares.
Oh, good. See, that's what I wanted to do too. My Super Bowl was my plans changed several. So like initially I was thinking that I wanted to do like a Super Bowl party. I want to have a get together with streamers and stuff like that and friends at my house. I got a nice little house for kickbacks. But then I was like, oh shit, I don't have the Fox Sports app, so I'm not going to be able to watch it. So that's a bust. Ooh. So then the backup plan was, okay, we're going to go someplace like a sports bar and then, meet up with Rico and Powers and then we'll shoot some video, right?
Yeah.
And get some content while we're at it. And we're going to do Rocco's, but Rocco's don't have TVs and they shut down to the public because they were doing takeout only. Oh. And then Rico texted me Saturday night. Now, I was too high to reply, right? This does happen. And it's because my girlfriend's not drinking so much anymore, right? That's a conscious decision. Because it was affecting our relationship. She get a little angry when she drinks. So she's switching to weed, which is good. But the problem is she went like into the deep end. So, like we're getting too stoned and we wanted to go out for second Saturday and do some things that we end up not doing anything.
Because you got high.
Yeah. And then because I got high. And then since I didn't reply to Rico, he got butthurt and made other plans. And so that left Powers and myself kind of assed out at the last minute instead of trying to chase down like a Super Bowl party and wanted to keep it low key. Yeah. I figured out that you could just stream the Super Bowl on foxsports.net or .com for free. Yeah. In fact, I'm waiting for the reports of this being or them saying publicly that this is probably the most watched Super Bowl of all time.
You think?
Well, I'm waiting for those reports. And I will say this. I do think this because they made it so easily accessible to everybody. Last year, the Super Bowl was on CBS. So you could stream it on Paramount Plus. And that's the reason why I bought Paramount Plus.
Oh.
Yeah. But you could not see it if you didn't have CBS or Paramount Plus. So you needed to pay money to see it. People complained. So this year, it was on Fox, and Fox did the right thing by not having a paywall up and just being able to stream the Super Bowl for free for everybody who would go to foxsports.com.
Huh.
And it makes sense.
That's smart.
And why is it smart? Because they sell fucking commercials.
So many commercials.
That's the whole purpose of the game, son. So if you make it more difficult and then try to upcharge on top of that, then, go fuck yourself.
Yep.
NFL or whoever's providing it. So Fox knew, and the stream was perfect, flawless. Huh. Yeah, it looked great. The commercials, everything, no lag. I think there was only a couple glitches throughout the entire broadcast. Wow. Yeah, but everything was smooth. What was your favorite part about the Super Bowl last night?
I don't know. I mean, I was a little I thought Rihanna was really awesome, just because like it's her first concert since like 2018.
Mm-hmm.
And I was really debating between whether it was a postpartum body or a pregnant body.
Yes.
Turns out it's pregnant.
Yes, it was.
I was really rooting for postpartum because her kid's the same age as my baby.
Right. Rock on 2.1 KFMA and talking with Mari here on the podcast broadcast. And yes, you weren't alone in wondering if Brianna's body was just postpartum. Like, oh yeah, she had a baby recently. She still has that belly.
Right. That's what I thought.
Which happens. My girlfriend was thinking the same thing until she Googled it and then found out, no, she was like 6 months pregnant.
She's
already
6
showing.
months already though?
Already.
Her baby's 9 months.
I know. And you know what the joke on Twitter was? You know who her baby daddy is?
ASAP.
ASAP Rocky.
Yeah.
Yeah. And they're like, yeah, he wasn't kidding around with that ASAP thing, huh? He's gonna
so good.
knock up Rihanna and then I won't get her pregnant again. How soon? ASAP. I'm like, damn, she got a big show happening, but she did rock it.
She did. She was cautious, a little careful, but her voice was great.
Careful? I don't know. I mean, she did kind of smell her crotch and also crop dust her dancers. I don't know if you saw the crop dusting.
I didn't see the crop dusting, but I saw the crotch grab.
Oh, well, luckily for you, I got a screen grab of the crop dusting.
Oh, thank God.
I got to show it on the podcast broadcast. It's only 3 seconds, but I know the move well. I'm like, that's not choreographed. That's not a dance move. I just she's pregnant. She's gassy.
I mean, yes.
It's understandable.
Yep.
Yes. So we're keeping the conversation moving. YouTube.com/bevegan. We got your Would You Rathers for this Monday and a whole lot more. Or you keep it right here because I got new music from Wage War. Well, it's not that new, but it's new to me. Here's Circle the Drain. It's Rock 1 2.1 KFMA. Clear. All right. Yeah. So I actually sent the clip of Rihanna crop dusting to Rico because I'm like, here you go, bud. I know you like to do shit like this. And he sent me back a devil emoji. And I was like, that's good. All right. So here, I will show it just on the stream just so we don't get booted. Because the NFL, they're fucking super strict when it comes to their copyright stuff. But here is, hold on. How do I make it big screen? There we go. Okay. I'm going to show it right here. You'll see the crop dust.
You look so excited.
I am. Ready? There it is. You see it? Do it again.
Wait, the hand motion to make it go away?
Yeah, she turns around. She shows her booty, right? And then let's just assume if I do a sound effect that go whoop, over here. And then wipe away. See? Now.
Oh, you could be correct.
Yeah. Yes, it could be correct. So I felt like, the people were freaking out about the crotch grab and smell because, prudes, but nobody mentioned the crop dusting. And I'm like, come on, man.
How could they?
Yeah, no, they need to because I think it brings up an important part of the conversation for pregnant women. I think we need to realize and understand that a pregnancy makes women pass flatulence.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah. So when you're pregnant, you're farting all the time.
Like constantly.
Right.
And a constant, just thing of gas.
Right.
Yeah. You're so right.
Yeah, I know. So she basically just did that. Now, Todd just messaged me. My wife, bless her heart, wouldn't Google if Rihanna was preggo because she didn't want to add to the count in case she wasn't. And the number of people Googling it would make Rihanna feel bad. Now, Rihanna feels fine for sure, but that was the #1 trend on Google for sure.
Oh, my gosh.
Oh, yes. You know, my girlfriend went to Google and she put in is. And then immediately, is Rihanna pregnant? Performing the Super Bowl right now? Yeah.
Oh, it was huge.
Yeah. I mean, that's pretty massive. And what about the flying stages? I mean,
wobbly.
The visual. You thought it was wobbly?
Oh, there's some wobble to it.
Yeah. It's funny because I was talking to Powers and I'll get Powers in on the stream and he was concerned for her. It was like, what if she falls? I'm like, dude.
My dad.
Exactly.
What a dad concern.
It is a dad concern. I'm like, dude, you see that little line right behind her? That's a safety cable.
Yes, that's what I told him.
Yes, they're not going to let a pregnant Rihanna fall to her death on the world stage.
Can you imagine? Oh my God. Oh my God.
They're going to cover all bases here, right? Yes. And even though she didn't do much, but that visual at the end of, at the beginning and the end of her performance with the drone cam, just kind of zipping away, it looked like it was 100% CGI.
It was. The end was really beautiful.
Yeah, we're in the future, basically.
Oh, yeah. We were doing Chat GPT last night.
Okay. So what were you doing Chat GPT
Oh,
with?
my dad and Kenzo and my friend's husband were all about it. Like, just my dad made up a story. I
Okay.
guess.
Well, let's go with that on the air here. We're back on about 5 seconds. Rock 102.1 KFMA, Circle the Drain. Amari and her dad and her husband were watching the Super Bowl last night, but really entertained themselves mostly throughout the game with Chat GPT.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
I always mess that up
I
right
know.
now, but I'm literally thinking about subscribing and paying for it today.
Yeah.
Because there are a lot of different things you could do with a Chat GPT. In fact, I got a
crazy.
couple ideas. Yeah. So what was your dad doing with it?
Well, I honestly was not part of the conversation, so I'm not like completely privy to everything, but
Mhm.
they told me the gist after. And he made up this whole like elaborate story about like a guy that like steals teeth and then puts them as dentures, I guess. And then
Okay.
they made like the picture to it,
Nice.
like with the AI.
Yeah.
Kenzo's super into the AI pictures, like loves to like make these pictures.
Yes, and so is Rico. And
Yeah.
well, for Kenzo, your husband, who's a tattoo artist, I'm sure it helps inspire him in some of his work, right?
Well, that's what I wonder. I'm like, is this like, but is it cheating? Like, I guess in college and like universities are kind of debating, like, do they ban Chat GPT, for instance, because like they can give you a whole story.
Well, they can't necessarily ban it right now. That definitely is a discussion that's happening with professors, with one even stating that, he knew that his student was using Chat GPT to cheat, but couldn't necessarily catch him in the act. The thing with it, with these reports and that they're turning in and using artificial intelligence to do for, college work, it's still too general and
Right.
basic. So, they could kind of tell there's like, there's so much vagueness here. I know that you cheated, but it's still done well enough where you get an A.
Right.
That's the.
Well, and so I asked Chat GPT about would you rathers, right?
Oh, nice. Okay.
Super vanilla.
Yeah,
like
yeah.
The most vanilla of vanilla answers. And I was like, give me something more dark. And it was like, I can't do that.
Yeah, you're not going to get a beef vegan answer from artificial intelligence because the one thing that the artificial intelligence has that is a detriment to trying to recreate what I say.
Yes.
That's intelligence. So that I
Yes,
word,
that's it.
stumps them every time. They're like, oh, I can't even assume to know what that. But with Chat GPT, I think that could open us up for a lot of fun to play different games. And in fact, actually, I know Valentine's Day is tomorrow. I read a piece on people using a Chat GPT to write them romantic poems about their significant others.
Wow.
Yes. Yeah. So if they're like, like if the poem that you get from your husband says like, I like the way you unplug and plug me back in, just know he cheated. All right. That's a fact. We have more Beef Vegan Presents on the way, including Mari's Would You Rathers, keeping the conversation going. YouTube.com/Beef Vegan. There you can subscribe or just keep it right here because we got a lot of fun on the FM. Here's Lincoln Park. It's Rock 102.1 KFMA. All right. So.
Wait, I do want to touch on Courtney won a lot of money.
Okay, yes. Courtney, how much money did you win?
$260.
Fuck yeah. Now, Courtney, I'm going to show you. This is heartbreaking for me. And I know what Manny lost some money. That's a running question today that I asked was, how much did you win or lose yesterday on the big game? I almost won $700. I was this fucking close.
Oh my God.
I know, dude. And it was with a $10 credit I still had left over in my FanDuel app. I was so bummed by this, but check this out because I felt like I was almost genius here. Okay, I remember shit. It'd be a genius
do you think
if
that
I won.
last call was cheating or like rigged? That holding call?
I understand why they say that, right? I do think that was a bad call. But when people freaking out that the game was determined off that call, I don't believe that because the Chiefs had the end zone in sight and they smelled blood. There was no way that they were going to be kept out of that, So,
I think so.
Yeah, I'm
pretty close though.
Yeah, I mean, I understand the people being upset about it, but
my dad was convinced.
Yeah,
he was an Eagles fan though. He's from Philadelphia.
So is the internet. And I said a joke today that the Eagles fans actually rioted in downtown Philadelphia.
Yeah, so what'd that look like? I guess they like greased the pole so they couldn't climb up it. I heard
it wasn't that bad. And in fact, actually, there was a riot that broke out because they lost the Super Bowl, but that wasn't even compared to what the riot would have been if they won the Super Bowl.
Right. Well, they already turned over cars like prior to the game, I thought. I saw a video of like a bunch of guys just turning over a car.
Yeah, well, that's what you do when you riot, but it wasn't that big of a deal. The
No,
media
this was
makes it a
before,
bigger
though.
deal.
This was before the game even started. They're like partying and having a good time.
Oh yeah, that's just Philly. That's
Yeah.
How do you party? I'll crack open a case. I flip over a car. Hey,
Great accent, super accurate.
Thanks. I know. All right, so check out this. This same game parlay that I put together with a $10 bet.
Okay.
Had plus 7,899 odds, meaning I would have won over $700 with a $10 bet. All right, I picked Kansas City to cover the spread. The spread was 1.5, which I got. I picked Travis Kelce anytime touchdown. Got. I picked Jalen Hurts anytime touchdown. Got that. And I also picked, and this was the long shot here, Jalen Hurts first touchdown scorer, which I got. Right.
Wow.
The only thing that I fucked up on, and I would have got $700, is I picked the under of 50.5 points. So if I would have picked over 50 points combined, I would have got that, and then over $700. But
you said under 50, eh?
Yeah.
Ugh.
I thought their defense would show up. They didn't.
No.
I know. It happens.
Man, that sucks.
Yeah.
That's painful.
Todd says it was the correct call, and he pays attention to that kind of stuff, but I don't know about that. It was an uncatchable ball to begin with, and so I wasn't too impressed by the call, but I do not think that call mattered. I think they would have been able to pull the first down and gotten the end zone one way or the other. What's Courtney saying here? Let me pull this up.
$25 she had left over.
Hell yeah. Let's see. I love that. Did the same thing and $25 left over. If a QB would have caught a pass for a touchdown, I would have a lot more. Yeah, but that's like, one of those things is you don't see that's going to happen. All right, let's see where I invited Powers on the stream because Powers was at my house last night. And then Todd. So anyways, yeah, like I was saying in my story. So once Rico flaked, then I was just like, okay, I'm having trouble trying to find a place. So we went grocery shopping. My daughter kind of screwed me over on grocery shopping. So I spent a lot more money than I should have. And then when we got home, I realized I'm like, oh, I have like a spread where I could do like a little makeshift Super Bowl party. And I was like, fuck it. Let's just watch the game here. And I figured out you can go to foxsports.com, stream the whole thing. And then Power's like, what are you doing? I was like, come on over, help me eat. So I got these big bags of chicken wings, air fried those motherfuckers, got hummus and veggies and the whole nine. So we got stuffed.
Party.
Well, it was a lame ass party, but we had a good time. All right. Please welcome back to the stream, Mr. Todd Marley. Good morning. Todd.
Hi.
Good morning. How are you guys doing?
Good. Let's check out Power's audio level as well. There you go. There you go. Just picking up. How you feeling this morning? The post Super Bowl. Did you guys both have fun yesterday?
I mean, I watched the game, but I didn't. I just chilled at home.
I was gonna call you, but like I said, it was so last minute and makeshift. Like I wanted to have a Super Bowl party, but I didn't think we'd be able to see the Super Bowl. And that's the one thing you need at the Super Bowl party is access to watching the Super Bowl.
Yeah. Totally.
Yeah, it would have been a pretty lame ass party, but at the same time, I didn't want to entertain till late in the night too. So as soon as the game was over, I was like, "All right, good seeing you, Powers. Get the fuck out. I'm trying to go to sleep." Right. So that's how it works. But how are you feeling, Powers? Good.
I'm good. We definitely ate too much.
Yeah, no, I know. Which is good though.
Wings.
That's what you're supposed to do.
I had a food baby as big as Rihanna's right now, at least 6 months.
Yeah. What did you eat yesterday, Mari?
God. Oh, insane stuff. Queso.
Nice.
Sliders.
Right.
This chili, what are those Fritos chili dip thing? Like, I don't know. Wings, some cookies, brownies.
Well,
dips,
that's a question
veggies.
I want on all the streamers and stuff. Give me like the best thing that you ate yesterday. So what was the best thing that you ate? Yeah, we had fried pickles.
That's fancy.
Well, yeah, and I air fried the pickles, so it was a little healthier. Yeah.
What?
Got them in the bag.
Wait, what'd you coat the pickles with?
No. It was in a frozen bag.
Oh.
Yeah. And then, I could do some fried pickles homemade style, but that's too much work.
Oh my God, a lot of work.
Yeah. Fried pickles. We had potato skins and a shit ton of stuff. Lots of hummus.
No, the best thing that I put in my mouth yesterday was my own foot. How about let's talk about that? That was great.
Yes. Okay.
Oh yes.
Yeah, so this is what happened, and I'm glad that you want to tell this story because I'm sitting there. All right, we're smoking. Right.
I'm so annoyed.
I got a plate full of chicken wings. I'm about to grub and chow down on these wings. I get the wing in my mouth, right? And I take my first bite. And then Powers says this to my girlfriend and completely affects the mood and the vibe and the energy in the entire house. Powers, tell me what you did.
Well, I'm not sure if you realize this, but when Beef sometimes talks about his girlfriend, he prefaces it constantly with him. She's not drinking that much. Sometimes she gets a little agitated when she drinks. He's told 1,000 or 2,000 stories about that.
No, we talked about this is definitely an issue she knows about, and she's an angry drunk, and certain things will bring out the rage, and it's definitely problematic in a relationship. And I gave ultimatums. I'm like, you need to fucking get control of this, or I can't deal with it. So she knows that for sure.
And we all know that, unfortunately. Where then when someone who's at a party then asks, "Oh, can I have one of those White Claws you brought over?" And I'm like, pause. And then I think, what did I was like, you're not gonna go to the dark side or whatever? Because we've been talking about like that topic of I like just 5 minutes earlier of like not drinking because we don't want to lose control or get agitated. I'm like, yeah, I used to do that in college. That's why I don't drink whiskey. So when she asked for a White Claw, I'm like, are you sure?
Yeah, it was, and it was one of those things. This was me and reenacting it. So I take a bite of my wing, I'm like this, and he says it. And he kind of says it a little aggressively too, and immediately I'm like this. Like, I shrink down even lower. Like I'm not even looking up. Like this shit ain't even happening right now. And in my head, I'm like, oh no, you done fucked up, man. And
then, that's what's funny. Because then she, and then she's upset. And then I'm like, no, wait, I didn't mean it like that. And then this and that. And then I go get her one, but then she doesn't want it. So then like she
trying
gets
to force feed her a White Claw.
Yeah. She gets up to go do something. And we just both look at each other and he goes, you fucked up. And I'm like, I know. And then he goes to do something. And I just look at her. I'm like, I'm sorry. And she's like, no, whatever. And blah. And then we recover, thankfully.
Yeah, she initially was like, "Oh no, it's not a big deal," but you knew it was, and she was irritated, and
we'll never forget.
Well, we got past it. We got past it.
Yeah, we got past it, but yesterday she was like, "Yeah, invite Powers over." I don't know if she'll do that again. I'll still invite you though. That's fine. But I was like, "Great, that's cool."
What a fucking dumb thing.
It happens. And that's an F my life kind of thing, So you stick your foot in your mouth. I do it all the time, and that's why we only had 3 people. Imagine if we had more people over, then we'd all take turns of putting our foot in our mouths.
Oh,
and all leave being like, man, we really hate everybody here. What was the best thing you ate yesterday, Todd? Did you guys at least celebrate watching the game with a little bit of a feast?
Nah, it was just me and the wife, and neither of us were particularly invested in the game. So
yeah,
no, just me. I had beef jerky. I make beef jerky now. You got to try it. I keep on doing it. I made new batches.
Was it good?
I like it. Yeah.
I don't know. I'm screwing up something with these new batches, and I'm not sure what's going wrong, but it's not coming out how I want it to. And
you should ask Chef Gary. Chef Gary might give you any insight.
I'll have a whole conversation with him about it.
Yeah. Well, yesterday's big takeaway for people who don't watch football is definitely the movie trailers that dropped.
I didn't see those.
You didn't see any of them? Well,
no.
I'll tell you
Guardians 3, Mario Brothers. Oh crap! What was the other 2? I lost interest in the last couple of them.
Flash. Right.
Flash looks really good.
With Ezra?
Yes, with Ezra. And this might save Ezra's career. Depending on what happens. Now, James Gunn tweeted out that he's very excited for people to see this Flash movie. It's his favorite Flash movie. Of course, now he's the head of DC, so he would say something like that, but he's also attaching his name to it, which he had really no involvement in the project. So, and he's endorsing it. The internet doesn't forget. So if the movie would stink, they'd come back and be like, well, I don't trust you. So I'm pretty sure this movie's going to deliver and be pretty exciting. Now, there are reports that Henry Cavill was going to be in the movie and actually is technically in the movie, but on the cutting room floor after James Gunn said no fucking Superman. We're resetting Superman.
Yeah, why a new one though?
I don't know because
I
that's
like
the thing
Henry.
because they got Ben Affleck, they got Michael Keaton,
Yep.
they have the other versions of Batman.
Supposedly, they might have Christian Bale. That's the big where Christian Bale, that Batman might show up in it.
It looked like his bat
What?
cycle was in the trailer. It looked like
Yes.
a Christian Bale bat cycle.
Yeah, I think that is. I think you're right on that. So what they
Really?
don't have, because I know that there's been reports of George Clooney saying that he won't be invited back and he's fine with that. So
Yeah,
they didn't go with that
bullshit.
Batman. Well, you
Get him
think
back up. He's like, I'm excited to be here. My bat nipple's back. He's excited.
Yeah. Well, but that wouldn't surprise me if a Christian Bale was in. But that's a good call for them to keep Christian Bale's secret.
Oh,
So, like I said,
that would
this
be good.
this is gonna be good. Supergirl's in it. Yeah, I'm not a big fan of Supergirl, but whatever. Still, it seems exciting. That, and of course, the Guardians of the Galaxy trailer I thought was good.
Ooh.
I can't wait for that one.
Supergirl's in it. Supergirl from the TV show's in it?
Kara. Well, the character's name is Kara
Yeah.
instead of Clark. Yeah, well, that's Supergirl, I guess.
Yeah, probably
It could be a new actress. You'd have to look it up.
Okay.
Yeah. All right, we're gonna be on in 40 seconds. You got your would you rather's?
Yes, you want them now?
We're gonna be doing that here on the air in just a second. And you guys are participating. Now you know the
Oh.
rules on would you rather's, okay?
Okay.
So you
No
have to
questions.
answer, you have to give a reason why you're answering it, and that's it. That's the rule. I was looking through the old videos on the Instagram page when we used to do these would you rather's on the Instagram, with Emil and
Yeah.
Schmonty and stuff like that. We should bring that back.
That was fun.
Yeah, once I get my green screen and all
I
that.
was wondering which one to start with.
Oh, decisions. Let's find out. 3 seconds. Rock 102.1 KFMA. Welcome back to Beef Vegan Presents. Joining us on the podcast broadcast is Todd Marley and Powers. Good morning, gentlemen.
Hello.
Good morning.
All right, it's time for Would You Rather. Of course, we got Mari in studio, and she's always giving us these impossible scenarios, but we have to pick one, and we have to let you know why we picked one over the other. So, Mari, go ahead and give us our first Would You Rather.
All right, just gonna start off really dark. Would you rather get in a no, hold on. Would you rather be buried alive in a box of chocolates
Okay.
or forced to eat so many candy hearts you explode?
All right, let's see. We'll go with Todd to answer this one first.
I mean, I'm going to go with the buried alive because it sounds like there's a chance I could eat my way out.
Okay.
No, you're like in a box with just chocolates around you.
Yeah, you're
Right,
going
but
to
I mean,
die.
the other ones I'm eating. One I'm eating until I explode. The other one, I've got a box with chocolates all around me. Supposedly, I'm buried in it. I could just go eat in the right direction to freedom.
No, this is not an RPG. You're going to die. You're going to die. You have to pick one way to die. So, but you're saying inside the box of chocolates. So, what do you say, Powers?
I'm also going to go with the box of chocolates because I prefer to die than diet. So I'll go with that. Yeah.
All right. I'm actually going on the opposite end of the spectrum there. I think being buried alive is it's terrifying.
Terrifying.
Yeah, it's one of the
No, thank you.
biggest things I'm
Yeah,
scared
without
of. So,
chocolate.
so if I'm gonna go out, I'm gonna go out eating to death. That's probably gonna happen anyways, right? So do it with some delicious chocolates. I can see that actually happening.
You have to
Yeah.
eat a bunch of candy hearts, which I believe are made of asbestos. So good luck.
Whatever, I could eat that too. I mean, get me high enough, and I'm gonna eat all the candy until the candy's no more. So I'm surprised I haven't OD'd on candy before. All right, what's our next? Would you rather here, Mari?
Okay, would you rather wear a lacy red thong for a week without taking it off ever, or poke your junk 7 times with thorns from a red rose?
Ooh, it's Valentine's Day edition.
Yep.
All right, what do you say, Powers?
I'll just keep wearing this underwear I've got on. I mean, I'll start wearing that underwear.
Mm-hmm.
You can't take it off.
Yeah. You can't take it off. Like he changes his underwear. This is not hard for Powers. So what do you say, Todd?
I'm gonna also go with the underwear because at least I'm not like directly. I just don't want the other option. I don't want to stab my junk. That's where I'm at with
I
it.
mean, rose thorns aren't the worst.
Yeah, no, I know, and that's why I'm going with the rose thorns. If
Ah.
if it's done in with like sexual play, I like a little pain and pleasure, double P style. So don't knock it till you try it. As far as the thong, I don't think my hemorrhoids would agree with that. It'd be very uncomfortable. More so.
I mean, I don't not to get too bad, but you're gonna get blood in the playground.
In the playground? I'm
You
not gonna
stored
be in the
yourself
playground
7
doing it.
times.
No, not in the playground. But I'll do. It's funny that you mentioned the red thong because that reminds me of a story of my buddy Nick that I used to work with back in the day. I might have told this before, but so we're working, setting up casino parties, right? So this is like labor. We're lifting heavy stuff and we're running in. We're at the Westin Kierland Resort up in Phoenix, and he's going to pick up something. He bends over, and I notice that he has a whale tail, a red whale tail, which means you can see the strap of the thong. And I go, "Hey, are you wearing a thong?" And he turns around, he gives me like a mean look, and he goes, "What the F you say to me?" I go, "Are you wearing a thong?" And he goes, "Oh, yeah." I'm like, what? That was the biggest 180 from tough guy to, yeah, I am. Like, and the quickest turnaround. Apparently, his girlfriend was into that and was making him wear it.
Oh, my.
Yeah. Yeah.
Jeez.
And I was like, yeah, that's fine. Leave your kicks at home, bro. We're doing man work right now, bitch. So it was insane. But yeah, like good old buddy Nick. We're going to keep the would you rathers and we're going to get a little more, I guess, adult with our conversation on the podcast broadcast, youtube.com/beefvegan. You can keep it right here, though, because we got more coming up next on Rock 102.1. Claire. Yeah, he's like,
blood in the playground, he says. What is the matter with you?
Blood in the playground. Yeah. I'm like,
you get stabbed 7 times in the junk. What is going to happen? That playground that you have down there is going to get coated in blood.
Oh, okay. I thought you were talking about literal playground.
No.
Yeah, I'm not kid diddling.
One time you don't take it sexual? Like, really? Really?
Who calls the balls in the man area the playground now? I don't know.
I think he's onto something. That's great.
All right, could be right. All right, let's do another would you rather.
Okay. Yeah, I got lots. I got plenty.
She's got lots.
Plenty.
Valentine's Day edition of would you rathers.
Would you rather have sex in missionary for the rest of your life or have to make every sex session you have for the rest of your life Valentine's theme with like candles, roses, chocolates? So like got to go all out.
What was the first option?
Missionary.
Oh, missionary, or every time
you
have
sex, it has to be like elaborate and like Valentine's Day themed. You know what I'm talking about?
Okay, yeah, absolutely. We'll start off with Todd on this one.
I'll put an effort. Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
Every time.
Yeah.
I already do that, so
every time you said
every single time I'm lighting candles.
Bed, you light
rose. Well, they're usually
bath?
weeds, but it doesn't matter,
After too long, you're just gonna have an emergency kit, a Ziploc bag that you just burst open. It scatters stuff everywhere that you need to. You light a couple candles, hit the clapper, and you're good.
See, I was gonna say he's using the clapper. You just gotta ask Siri these days. You just have Siri do it. Siri, set it to bang mode, and the lights will come down.
Oh, that's true.
Take flames up. Get it going.
Yeah. So you would say the same thing, Powers? Put in effort.
Always effort. I love the effort.
Aww.
Even though missionary is good.
Missionary is great. But.
Yeah. There's a reason why that's the number one go-to position.
It's your only position forever. That would be a little lame.
Well, yeah, for sure. But sometimes whatever.
But Kansas was missionary forever, or you have to change positions every 5 seconds.
Well, yeah, that's redundant. There's no reason for that. You just stick it in once and then flip positions and keep doing that.
Yeah, like you have to every 5 seconds.
For people who can't hold their nut, it's recommended, for sure.
That's
so you can at least be like, yeah, it only lasted 3 minutes, but I got you 42 positions. You're welcome. All right, so give me one more. Would you rather?
Okay, well, would you rather have one about? Well, let's do this one. This one's just kind of, I don't know. Would you rather throw up red wine all over your new Valentine's Day date or have explosive diarrhea at the table?
Well, I would. Throw up. I've had red wine thrown up on me.
You have?
Yeah.
Terrible.
Yeah. And on purpose, so I was just like,
on purpose?
On purpose in a playful way, but it was, it was gross. It was gross.
What's the matter with you?
Huh? I was just like, you're not gonna throw up right now. I had the leg scissors around her, right? I had her trapped in the leg scissors, and we're just kind of playing around. And she's like, "Stop! I'm gonna throw up." I was like, "Yeah, right. You're not gonna throw up." She's like, "I'll make myself throw up." And I was like, "I doubt you will. I double dog dare you." And fuck fuck around and find out,
Oh
right?
my god.
So she's like, double dog, yeah, and
Wow.
it's just right there, just all over my pants and everything. Just smells like Thanksgiving Day food and red wine, a lot of it, and I'm like, I love you.
You're insane.
Yeah. So, anyways, yeah. So I would go for the throwing up because
Been there, done that.
yeah.
I'm
Oh
pretty
shit.
sure it's like a real nightmare. Like I never want to poop myself in public ever.
That.
Oh, on a first date too.
On a first
Have
date.
you ever?
And then again, you gotta, if you yak, you're like, well, I guess this date's over. Here's the bill, and I'll leave. If you poop, well, how am I getting home? What am I doing with these pants? I don't want to sit in the car. You got a whole mess of a chain of events.
Yeah, pooping on the first date would probably be the worst case scenario, for sure. Yeah, I mean everyone could throw up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Explosive diarrhea. That's gonna make other people throw up anyway. I mean,
Now I kind of want to do it. I kind of want to do it just to see how bad it would be. I am a glutton for punishment, though.
Nope.
But yeah,
Don't. Please don't.
I don't know. I mean, I'm not single right now, but I guarantee my girlfriend would let me go on a date with someone new if I promise to poop myself on that date. So just as a social experiment,
I'm surprised they've never made a reality show where it's just called like Worst First Date and they just set people up. Like Sally thinks she's on a date with this guy who's a real estate agent, but in fact, he's going to shit himself at the table. Let's see how she handled it. Like, I'm surprised.
I'd watch it.
Yep.
Right?
Yeah.
Because it would be amazing.
It would be.
Just make you be like, could you imagine if that really could you imagine? Like, it would be hilarious. Kind of like Punk'd. The person will win something regardless, maybe. I don't know.
Yeah. No, it's not bad at all. It's a good idea.
Let's pitch it.
Yeah, in fact, the entire show is just about people shitting themselves. It's not just first dates. Let's
That's
say
right.
Bob is going on a job interview, but then he shits himself. Sarah's going to ride a roller coaster, but then she shits herself. The whole series. Fantastic.
So
Hang
watch
on.
that.
Every single scenario ends with someone shitting themselves.
It's shocking. The Learning Channel is calling me right now. Holy
Yeah. Yeah,
Listen, I don't like where this
Oh
is
my
going,
God.
though. It's going to result in a TikTok trend that we are not going to enjoy.
Oh, I want to see that TikTok as well. I do. I got a retweet that I want to share with you real quick, and it's one last thing. This is why you don't bet too much money on the Super Bowl. Yeah, if you're not a good winner or a good loser, it could cost us a lot of money. Check this guy, freaking the fuck out.
Oh no.
Bro, you just lost a lot of money. You can't afford a TV, my guy.
Yeah.
Oh my God. He's attacking his friends.
Ooh. No.
It's like, yeah, damn,
Whatever.
Carl.
What an
Yeah,
amateur,
it's not even your house. You were the guest, bitch.
right?
Yes, it's so bad. So see, it starts off pretty chill, right? I mean, this guy who's got his feet up doesn't even mind the guy's kind of blocking the TV on the very last second play. But watch how quickly he moves. I stand corrected. He chilled there and watched him do this the whole time. Amazing. And one last retweet that doesn't have anything to do with anything. It's this Yogi Bear spotted in real life. Check this out.
There you go.
Hey, you just put it back, and that's it.
Thanks,
Isn't
bro.
he Bear?
Yeah.
And then goes on along his way. So these guys,
You should hire him.
they will. They did.
The vest, little bear vest.
And a picnic basket.
Yeah.
So that was the retweets. That's pretty much all I got. That, and of course, because my Twitter page has been flooded with UFOs, and of course the disaster that happened in
I
Ohio,
know.
where people are like, they're talking about UFOs, so you don't pay attention to this disaster. I'm like, I don't know, man. I see both of them in my feed and on my news site, so I feel like they're both being covered equally. Even though this Ohio thing looks pretty fucking outrageous. So I would be pissed off if I lived in that area.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What happened? I have no
Well, the
idea.
workers have been government just forced the rail workers to go back. The workers have been like, safety's a problem. Our hours are being cut. We're not getting training. We're not getting any attention here. Government came in and said, do your job. We're too dependent on you. And then they built vinyl chloride or something like that. The stuff that makes records, but it's in a more raw form. And then they set it all on fire.
Yep.
So it's basically poisoning
the
entire town in Ohio just out.
Wow.
Yes.
Ugh.
Yeah, in fact, actually, they will show the clouds look like devastating. The whole thing looks fucking gross, and
Dead fish.
animals are showing that. And of course, then politicians are jumping on board and making it a talking point in a negative way. This whole thing sucks. Because it really just takes away from my UFO stories. I really just want to talk about UFOs.
That's what I was. What UFO in Ohio? It's like, oh no, there's a real story about oppression,
like a Chernobyl disaster happening
right.
in Ohio, which makes Ohio rivers even dirtier than they were before, which were already unlivable. So, it's great. It's gross. That's a joke at the expense of Ohio.
Ugh.
Yeah, I'm a dick like that. I know. NASA has unveiled plans to test nuclear-powered rockets that would fly astronauts to the moon in ultra-fast time. And they say it's actually safer methods for it should also be a safer method for astronauts to travel. But I don't know. I don't know why I brought it up.
He's just scraping the internet for anything to talk about. Anything happen at all?
I barely even got the shit together. I was like, today's a mental day off. I'm physically here. I talked to John Morrison of WWE. We geeked out. He loved my name. He loved my name. In fact, actually, he couldn't get over it. Here's what John Morrison had to say about my name here. I got it. With Beef Vegan,
right?
No one else has that moniker. Right? So either I'm stupid or I'm a genius.
No, you're a genius. I'm all for oxymorons, especially in names.
Thank you. Yeah,
Beef Vegan, sign me up.
Yeah. So, John Morrison called me a genius today, and I was barely even stringing together a sentence. I'm like, "Are you sure about that?" I'm leaning towards the moron part, John Morrison, or Hennigan. I can't even say his. John Morrison was calling in to promote that he is now a part of Major League Wrestling, and Major League Wrestling is debuting on Reels this Tuesday. It's a brand new series on Reels, so they got a national output with all those wrestling stars, and Hennigan, formerly John Morrison, is part of that roster now with a bunch of people like Davey Boy Smith Jr. and wrestling fans would know the roster from top to bottom. Hell, Enzo Amore, it goes by Real One. Yeah, and he's working with Major League Wrestling. It's Rock 102.1 KFMA. We're live on the air, by the way. But yeah, you missed that conversation. John Morrison, he should be following me on Instagram by now. I don't know if he did. I'm like, I dropped a major hint being like, hey, when you look up @BeefVegan on any of your social media platforms, I'm the only one.
Me.
Yeah, that's my argument to anyone out there that thinks I have a stupid name. Right now, I'm an entertainer. This is a stage name. This is something I wanted to have. Since I was like 12 years old, right? A stage name, as silly as that sounds. But I remember talking to my grandmother about this, and I said, Grandma, it would be okay if when I grew up and I became an entertainer, that I changed my name. And she was, of course, married into my last name, my family name, and she hated it. And she's like, oh, God, honey, yes, please. So it was a goal of mine to change my name. Right now, of course, I spent 3 years being told how stupid I am, how stupid my name was, and blah, 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 blah. And every now and then people want to troll and try to crap on the name. But I'll say this in my argument. @BeefVegan there's only one, right? Yeah. And if I went with my real name, which is Brad Furman, there's multiple Brad Furmans out there.
Oh.
There's a more successful Brad Furman out there. So if you Google my real name, this other a-hole who's like vice president of a company in like Nebraska is racking up all the Google views.
Yep.
Yeah.
Not you.
Yeah. So I don't have to go like, look, and this is even more prevalent when I look at social media of radio people.
Yeah.
Everyone's like, hey, it's Bobby on the radio, Rico on the radio, Johnny on the radio, like all that. So when I'm seeing, I have several different accounts that I follow on Instagram, right? The just radio people, where all radio people are commenting, and all these people, all are blah, blah, blah on the radio because they can't get their own handle, their own name. But I'm just at Beef Vegan. What's my name? No, my name's Beef Vegan, but yeah, you just add it. Yeah.
Oh.
Thanks to the whisper. So,
I know that. You know what's funny?
Happy vegan.
yeah.
I have that same problem. There's another F Powers out there, right? And
Yes.
he does cosplay and comic stuff, and he's jacked to the gills. And I made friends with him on Facebook, and I'll add anyone that has the same name as me because now we're all friends. We're all going to get together one day. It'll be great. But it's very unnerving.
That's what I'm saying. There's a lot of, it's very difficult in this world with over 7 billion people, right? All connected through the internet. It's very, very, very difficult to be the only one of something. And so when you go to your name, even with your own government name or your own nickname, there's going to be many other versions out there. So it's something that I'm very proud to brag that I have the handle at Beef Vegan. I have it on Twitter, even though I forgot that password. I have it. I have it everywhere. It's a mine. So.
All yours.
Yeah. All right. Thank you. See, I just had to pat myself on the back for this break. We'll hit the reset. Come back with a beef tip after these words. Clear. All right. Yeah. So that was just an observation I made over the weekend. I was like, all these motherfuckers on the radio.
Did you ever
My mic was not clear.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh no.
That's the first.
It would be today.
Yes, it would be today. I hit the dump though. Oh, I hit the dump, and that was right over the coffee exchange break. Woo!
Fumble recovery.
Yeah.
You're quick. You're very quick.
Oh, I said motherfuckers pretty freely too.
You did.
Right into the microphone. No joke. Just very.
I really wish I had instant replay on this stream because I would want to see my face and my
Oh yeah, I
realization.
saw it and it was hilarious.
Yeah.
I was like, whoa.
Somebody on Twitch clip it.
That was at about 50 seconds. So we go watch it back around 50 minutes.
Yeah,
So
50
go watch
minutes.
it back
Okay.
around 50.
Yeah. All right. Yeah, it would be today. It would be today.
Yeah.
I mean, I could have. It's not that I went to bed too late last night.
No, I just feel like Sunday Super Bowl is not like a real Sunday reset Sunday. It's like a Super Bowl party day.
Yeah, and I mean, every year, there's obviously polls talking about if we should have the day off, and Americans have agreed for a long time that the day after Super Bowl Sunday should be a national holiday. And I said, basically, I gave everyone the day off, except for you, because you only come in for an hour.
Yeah.
But I'm not one of those dickhead bosses that make people come in on what should be a national holiday. All right. Keep
So
that in mind,
sweet.
my dickhead bosses. My bosses are nice, actually. If I called out sick, they wouldn't question it. But somebody had to give out ghost tickets today.
There you
Ooh,
go.
give those away today.
Yeah, so that's our big win them before you buy them. It's Ghost, but they're performing up in Phoenix, obviously, because they were here at the TCC last, and they're going to be at the Talking Stick Resort Amphitheater. So it's an upgrade for for Ghost.
Big time.
Yeah, they keep going bigger and bigger venues.
Wow.
Yeah.
Maybe they'll come back to Tucson after that, though.
I don't know if you book them for maybe a festival.
Maybe, huh?
They'd be great for KFMA Day if we could afford them.
Oh, amazing.
I'll tell you what, though, there was a story that I came across here. Let me see if I could pull it up. Speaking of festivals and KFMA Day, there was an annual festival that would happen in Las Vegas called, I think, Psycho.
Huh.
The Psycho Las Vegas. A festival that's annual. That's one of the biggest like hardcore music festivals that they would throw in Las Vegas each and every year. And they announced just recently that they're not doing it this year. They're going to attempt to do it next year. Yeah. And I'll tell you, it's the same problem that we have, right? So these bands coming out of COVID, we're playing makeup as far as, getting their money back up.
Yes.
They spent a couple years not making the income because people don't buy records. They just stream them. So they needed to make money by touring and selling merch and doing all that shit. So they couldn't do that. And since they couldn't do that, now that they came out and they can start doing that again, their prices are through the roof, and Live Nation essentially made that possible for their prices to be through the roof. So if you're not playing with Live Nation, you're not playing at all, kind of thing. So with that, even a festival like this, long running, with deep pockets, has to be postponed till next year. And again, that's with fingers crossed if they could afford it again. So I don't know what to do. Who do you want on a KFMA day? Nickelback?
Yeah, Nickelback.
You want to hear a funny Nickelback story? For both of you. So we're giving away tickets for Nickelback, right? Their managers look through our social media and they threaten to take our tickets away. Because
All
for
the Nickelback stuff?
yes, because we for all of our Nickelback posts for like 18 months. And
I know.
Mucho had to explain the joke to Live Nation. Like, no. Like Beef is actually an advocate of Nickelback, and we champion them, and we've been playing the shit out of them, and debuting them, and even like doing a lot of positive things when it comes to Nickelback. So they initially were like, "Oh, fuck these guys!" Every one of their posts is like shitting on our band.
Yeah, right. I mean, there were a lot.
Kinda, but no,
Yeah.
we love Nickelback.
Yeah, it's a joke. It's one of the reasons why they made a comeback.
Right. Yeah, just because of your show.
Because he
Your show
said
is
the
the sole
joke's
reason.
over. This ain't on him, right? That's the point. Beef was the one that said,
I mean,
hating on Nickelback, we're done with it. Like,
Yes.
that's the point.
And that's what Mucho said, and thank God for Mucho, right? Because he had to explain. It was an awkward situation, and I was like, no, I want to explain to them. So Mac is actually currently trying to get me an interview with Chad Kroeger so I could explain it to his face, and get that long-deserved thank you that I've been waiting for the past couple months. Because I mean, honestly, who's been spearheading the Nickelback comeback more so than me?
Yep.
I look around, I don't hear anybody,
It's
so
only you.
yeah, I feel pretty good about it. I don't know if he'll get it though. I mean, it really depends on how I explain it.
I don't know.
I think that you can explain it by saying, like, all right, Chad, you know that for some years,
Mhm.
making fun of your band has been a thing to do, right?
Yes, everyone knows that.
Everyone knows that. I took a stand and
Yep.
made sure that when I got my show, we included you as the best thing on purpose, because that's what I believe. Even if we were voting for sandwiches, the best sandwich is? Nickelback.
Nickelback.
All right?
Yeah. Well,
And
and
then
it's
show 'em that.
also
The best Batman movie? It was Nickelback. Boom. I show him every time we did that. Right? He's not.
and we did do that in every list. And this is what they saw out of context. And this is why they were like, you know what? Out of everybody, fuck you guys. Like, that's too bad. That's too bad you think that.
We did 5 weeks of a build a band, and then you know how we unveiled the winner? It was Nickelback.
That's right.
That's amazing. That's not negative.
I know. Oh. You're not convincing Mari here.
No, I'm just wondering how you convinced Chad Kroeger.
Well, hopefully he'll be an understanding guy. That's a lot of people think Chad's an understanding guy.
He even knows so much about Chad Kroeger. He knows that it's pronounced Kruger, but still goes on to call him Kroger, because we learned that fact about Chad.
Is Kruger?
Yeah, I guess it is Kruger. I just call him Kroger because he's the generic version of Dave Grohl. No? Oh.
No.
God damn.
The Kroger version? No, give me back those tickets. I'm just kidding, Nickelback. I'm just kidding. I want to give them away. I'm a champion of the sound, man. Come
Why are
on.
you making Mucho's job hard?
Yeah,
Why are
I
you
know.
doing that to him?
Mucho's just literally in his office cursing me out right now.
Chad signature select.
Yeah. Damn it. Yeah, well, that's good to know. I'll say Chad Kroeger, if we ever do get that interview, it should be pretty nice if they do. And then, maybe I'll get a write up in Blabbermouth saying, hey, one Tucson DJ spearheaded the comeback of the greatest rock and roll band who ever existed, Nickelback.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I want that credit. I want it.
You deserve it.
I do. Thank you. And the thing is, when it comes to goals and stuff, all you have to do is you have to imagine it and kind of, focus and dream it. And
Manifest destiny.
that's what I do.
Yep.
I've been manifesting destiny. I've been checking boxes for a long time. So to think that I can't get Chad Kroeger to thank me for his comeback is something it's very plausible.
Oh, yeah.
I don't hesitate for a second to think I can't get that done. I think I can. It's going to be awesome.
Achievable, easy.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
By the end
Even
of I bet by 2024, done.
Oh, it'll be way before that.
Yeah.
I was talking to my buddy Johnny Congos about it too, and he was even recognizing the comeback of Nickelback. It's like, the stigma's over, and people are digging them a lot now.
It's a good
All right.
song.
Yeah, it is a good song. That helps. Let's get on the air here.
That helps.
Rock 102.1 KFMA. We are running out of time here on this Monday morning, but don't forget we are giving away tickets for Ghosts all week long. Winning before you buy them. We announced that show earlier this morning at 8 o'clock. So your next opportunity tomorrow morning, 7:10 a.m. Mari, thank you for coming in as always. And thank you guys for listening. Thank you, Todd Marley and Powers, for jumping in on the podcast broadcast stream. Thank you, streamers, for liking and subscribing and watching along. Now it's time for your beef tip before we get out of here. Here's a beef tip for sleep. And I know it's difficult, especially after like a long day of drinking and eating for like watching the game. They say thinking back on a happy memory can help you fall asleep.
Huh.
Yeah, that's a little hack. So for me, what I always do is just think about, sex. My happy memory usually involves like getting it on with somebody, but yours could be like your kid's first steps.
Yeah.
Same difference.
Mhm.
So whatever happy memory it is, try to focus on that and think about that and relive it. And while you're, enjoying that moment, you'll fall asleep faster.
Thank you.
Yeah, that's an actual beef tip. What's up?
You have a kid. Can you think of her first steps? No, doesn't work. No.
I could think of her first steps, but I'd rather think about banging, dude.
Okay.
All right, that's all the time we have. Thank you for listening. Drive safe, ride safe, and rock local. Later.
Love Nickelback, by the way. Never doubt it. We really love them. Like, not even a joke. We just talk about Nickelback all the time. It's all we do. We actually kind of need to be dial it back.